folks, welcome to Your Inspired Life. I'm your host, Amy Hager. And if you're new to the show, welcome to Your Inspired Life. This is a place to come every day to get a boost of motivation and support to help you stay on track with your goals. Specifically your health goals. We know those can be a big challenge to always be on track with your diet, your fitness, even the mental game. So this is a great place to come to get that support where I supply tips from my 20 years experience as a dietitian and health coach, work that I've done with my clients to share with you really the things that really work for people. And right now we are at the very beginning of our 8-week accountability challenge, Shape Up for Summer. Last week I provided suggested guidelines, but you might have your own goals that you're wanting to stay on track with. And today I did want to check in, so feel free to drop some comments and let me know how you're doing with your goals so far this week. I know we're only on day 3, but you know, when you're just getting into it, this can be the time where you're stumbling a little bit, kind of finding yourself and finding your way along. So let me know what kind of things that you're running up into. You know, in our first week, I really want to make sure people are getting organized, and I have some tips to share about ways to prepare vegetables to try to help with having a variety of options and how to organize that with just one effort in the kitchen. So today we're going to be going over broccoli, because I know everyone's trying to eat more greens and trying to eat more broccoli. So if you're kind of tired of the same old broccoli, or you're looking for additional ways to fix your broccoli, well, this will be the episode for you. But before we get into that, just want to check in with folks. How is it feel in week 1? How are your spirits? How is it going with your efforts so far? So definitely leave me a comment below so I can know how to help you out if you're struggling at all. But I'm hoping the first week of that big kickoff is really giving you that boost that you're looking for. I'm just hoping that first week, that kickoff, that momentum's carrying you far this week. And next week, we're going to get into more about how to keep that flow going. But right now, let's get organized in the kitchen. So I've got a fun tip for you today, a real quick one. It's a little bit of a blend between meal prep or food preparation and making your food a little bit tastier. So what we're going to do today is blanch some broccoli. It's kind of a tongue twister, but it's a cooking technique where you partially cook something. So the benefit of blanching a vegetable is that it can bring out some additional flavors and textures and colors without putting it in the category of a fully cooked vegetable. So that kind of makes it a little bit more flexible, and I'll show you what I mean. So a lot of times I like to shop in bulk, and this is no joke. This is a 48-ounce bag of broccoli from Costco. It's a lot of broccoli to eat, especially in a 2-person household. But what I'm going to do is prep a lot of this today and blanch it, and that way I can put it away for future use. The first thing you need is a cooking vessel. This is, I think, a 1-gallon cooking pot, and I'm going to fill this with about 2 inches of water and get it steaming. I don't need to boil my broccoli, I just wanted to get it steamed so I can cook it for just about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, while the water's heating up, getting ready to steam, there's another step in the blanching process, and that is to have a vessel full of ice cold water ready to dump your broccoli in after it's been steaming for 3 to 4 minutes. You want to be able to cool off the broccoli as fast as possible. So to really put a stop to the cooking process, you want to just halt it. And that's what blanching is. So I got my secondary vessel. I'm going to fill this up with cold water, and then I'm going to throw a tray of ice cubes in it. All right, and now I'm going to put in a huge full tray of ice cubes in there. I want that really, really chilled. So one of the things that's going to happen when you blanch broccoli is that it takes this color and really brightens it. So that is one of the attractive things that happens, and it makes it a little bit more pleasant to eat, I think. A lot of times you'll see broccoli blanched on a salad bar at a restaurant, and it takes away a lot of the really toughness, the tough crunch, and the fibrousness of raw broccoli, and I think it makes it a little bit more flavorful. So definitely look at the color again. You can see it's kind of got some of that bluish look, that whitish look to it, and then we'll compare the color after we blanch it. I'm hearing the sound of boiling water, so I think our steam's just about ready. So I'm going to dump in quite a bit of broccoli here. I'm going to probably put in half of this bag. Okay, I'm going to let that steam for about 5 minutes will be good. And for the transfer, you want to be able to be ready with a pair of tongs. Because it's in a big, deep vessel, there's not an easy way to pull out all of that steamed broccoli. and dump it in here without dumping boiling water in there. So I'm going to be doing scoop by scoop with tongs, and I want to make sure I'm ready for that moment. So I'm starting to smell the broccoli right now. It's very that broccoli sulfur smell, and I know it's starting, the cooking process has begun, but we don't want to go too far, and that's what blanching will do for us. It will halt the progress and get it at that perfect in-between state. Tender but a little bit crisp, and all the flavor of cooked broccoli. We're on to our 5 minutes here. Turn off the heat. It's a lot of hot stuff going into the cold pot all at once, so the water's not going to stay cold for long. Just want to really stop that cooking process. All right, so you don't have to really cool it off for very long. It's just as long as it stops the cooking temperature. But look at what I have here. Look how much more bright green the broccolis are. And I tell you, the flavor, it's tender, but it's not really soft cooked like what you get when you really steam broccoli or overcook broccoli and it gets that really soft, too soft of a texture. You're right at a happy medium with blanched, and this will go great on any salad. You can even bring it out again for like a dinner time side. If you wanted to warm it back up, you could certainly do that. You could even throw it into the soup at this stage. So, and the other benefit of blanching your vegetables is that it freezes well. So now I have a bunch of broccoli. If I don't want to eat it all this week, I can actually put it up into little mini packages and put it in the freezer, serving sizes for later on this week. You don't have to worry about it spoiling in the refrigerator because you haven't opened the bag yet, and it's already been cooked. So all you have to do is heat it up in the microwave. So guys, blanched broccoli, give it a try. All right, well now we got all this broccoli blanched. What are we gonna do with it, right? Some of these are really big heads, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to divide it up into 3 groups. One will be for dinner tonight, one will be for freezer later, and then one will be for refrigerator storage in case we want to add it to salads or any other dish that we want to use this week. So the first thing I'll do is cut some of these big ones up into smaller pieces. Quart-sized bags are easy storage for putting your broccoli in, especially if you're going to put it in the freezer or back in the refrigerator. It's a lot easier to cut blanched broccoli than it is to cut raw broccoli. This is just cutting it into bite-sized pieces, so it doesn't have to be cut any special way. Okay, this is the bag that's going to go in the fridge. Now this bag I'm going to put in the freezer, but I'm going to actually add some more flavoring to it. I'm going to do a marinade for light Italian dressing. So I'll let that sit out on the counter for a little while before I put it in the freezer. So putting in about 2 tablespoons. Then you can kind of let it marinate. So this will have a nice flavor and be ready to go. Almost exactly like those steamer bags that you see in the grocery store. This is going to go in the freezer. And if you want, you can write your date on there. And then the rest of this broccoli, well, this is going to be for dinner, so I'm just going to put this in the fridge for now. All right, guys, well, that's broccoli done in a new way. Let me know how you like it, how you like blanched broccoli, and if you try a marinade or if you end up putting some away for later, it definitely saves you a few steps, and it's about 10 minutes of work in the kitchen. All right, we'll see you next time.